Yo, what's going on, everybody? Matty Icy with Profit Props. This is the Sharp Side. As always, we will recap yesterday. First 2-0 in the 2-1 in the WNBA. 1-0 on the straights. We tried to climb the ladder. We got Maubrey over, what was the line? 17.5 cash, 20 plus cash, 25 didn't. She finished with 22. Had 22 with about a minute left in the third. Went scoreless in the fourth after a huge start. Diamond, not so good. 1-3 on Nerfies. Missed Dustin May, even though he threw, I think, a season high in pitches. So a little, not a little. I'm very disappointed in the MLB. We've been making a good run, up about 14 units since May 1st, but dropped 4 yesterday. We were really making a comeback. Now we got to kind of find our way back into it. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're subscribing. I appreciate y'all that are subscribed on YouTube. Help me grow the brand. Help me grow the page there. If you're watching here on X, drop a like, drop a follow. Help me grow the brand. Help me grow the page. Yo, what's up? Super appreciate the comment. Now I know the Twitter comments are working today. Who do I think wins the game tonight? I like OKC at home, but I do think 9.5 is a lot of points. Let me see if there's any 10s in the market. We'll get the props tab open, and let's also get the sides and totals tab open. All right, so 9.5. I don't see any 10s. I'm sure you could get a 10 alt at about -120. I like OKC to win this game outright at home. I like Indy to cover the 9.5. That's for sure. We've seen a lot of movement in the total. This total I want to say was around 228.5. Opening game stayed around between 228, 227. We've seen it fall off a cliff here all the way down to 224. I would start to lean over on the total here. Also leaning OKC money line and Indiana on the spread. Let's get into some props. I have one out officially, and then we're going to look at more. Pascal over 18.5. Locked this in last night, -125. Full write-up on my page. Looks like it's still available at -135. Even money on the 19.5 I still think is probably playable. As you can see, over in 3 of 4 this series, this game here being game 2, shorter minutes, shorter field goal attempts. The big concern in this game would be OKC running away with it. However, I think Rick Carlisle has done a phenomenal job of scheming up against OKC. I've spoke on that many times, whether it's been defensive switches on Shea or just offensively. They have much, much, much better movement than OKC. OKC, they might run one action to get like Shea ISO'd on a side or something, but they're not running a lot of like sets where Indy, even if they're not running full sets, you can tell that there's pre-planned motion to get players into certain spots. So Rick Carlisle is just out coaching Mark Daigneault. It's not even close. And that's why I like Indy to stay in this game. I like OKC to win just because they are the more talented team. They have the best player on the court. And we'll get into Shea more. But I took Pascal over 18.5. I like it at 19.5 too. Focusing on minutes, usage, and volume, right? This playoffs, I want to say I looked at 31 or 32 minutes. Usage percentage over 22, which he saw in every game this series. Just regular season overall, the hit rate's 88%. Playoffs, stays very consistent, 82% over and 9 of 11. I expect that type of volume out of Pascal. My model projections came in at 20.7, I believe. His average is 23 in those games. OKC is a great defensive team, so I could see it easily being below that, around 21, 22. But I think we're getting sniped a really good line there at 18.5. Let's just go player by player now. We'll compare versus the market and the model and see where we end up. Miles Turner, 9-12 in his last 2 after going 15+ in the 2 previous. He is just awful from 3 this series. 4 for 10, 20. 4 for 20, 2 for 10, 20% from 3. A lot of open looks too. You could possibly suspect a bounce back spot from there, but he's just not seeing the court well. His Volume staying pretty static, though. I mean, you're right where you want to be in an over case. He's just been super inefficient this series. I do like Pascal, too, getting into it more on the game script side of it than number side. Pascal looks very, very good anytime OKC goes double big. Neither of those bigs. I thought Chet would look better than he has in those matchups. And then if they don't go double big, he attacked Wallace in the post. J-Dub's not an easy attack in the post. He did go one-on-one versus J-Dub. Lou Dort also not an easy. But, like Case and Wallace, Caruso's a great defender, but he's obviously got the height mismatch there. So circling back to Pascal, not only is it the volume we can expect, but it's the looks I think he'll be able to replicate here in Game 5, why I like him a lot. So, that this thought on Miles Turner took me there. I think Miles Turner could replicate a lot of the looks he's getting, but he's also just not connecting, and I'm afraid to back him here. PR unders honestly might be valuable here for Miles Turner. 18.5, 19.5, 125, 19.5, 120. Let's go to the model here. I'm interested in this. We can close WNBA for now. We can even close MLB for now. One MLB play for me today. I don't need NFL either. My apologies, fellas. 1 second. One MLB play today. It's going to be the no runs in the first inning of the Phillies game. And we're going to keep it short, sweet. And I was really hoping I'd find like a strikeouts ladder, but no Ks, overs that I like. Giolito, Zach Eflin to go under are like the two things that are possible, but we're going to keep it moving there. Let me do a data refresh here, but my model comes in at 13.3 for Miles Turner and 4.28 rebounds, right around, I think, both on market. Yeah, going to stay away from Miles Turner because of the model, but I do absolutely lean PRs under. What's my PR number? 13 and 4 is 17.59 on a 19.5. That's playable. PRs 19.5. I'm at 17.59. Turner. $19.5, 118 at MGM, I'm seeing. What's crazy is his rebound chances aren't even that bad. He's just not getting boards. I'm going to MGM. If this line's here, I am going to run the PRs. Hold on. Let me see my updated number. Yeah, I'm going to run the PRs. Under 19.5, 118. I'm going to run the PRs. Under 19.5, 118 at MGM. Players. Combo. Stats. Points plus rebounds. See all. Thank you, MGM. Lock that in. I got that in right now. Dort 2 threes. Prop bust. Appreciate you tapping in. Let me look at that one real quick. Copy link. Shoutouts props.cash for the like and the retweet. If y'all on Twitter, drop a like, drop a retweet. Help me grow the brand. Help me grow the page. I appreciate y'all. Hold on. I got to get this out to my Discord real quick. Appreciate you, Matro Boomin. Appreciate you, the Canterbury Tales. Appreciate y'all. Hold on, let me get this out to my cord, and then we back in business. I'll go in order, but I'll definitely stop on Lou Dort for sure. Definitely stop. I went to win one unit there, by the way. And I'm going to add that to the banner too. Yeah, all right, let me get that into the banner, and then we'll keep it moving. Edit, play. Miles Turner over. Nope, under 19.5 PRs, minus 118, save. Show. All right, cool. We keep it moving. You like Dort for 3 threes? Probably going to agree with you. All right, let's talk about Chet. 37 minutes as we've seen his minutes continue to rise. What was his attempts like in the last game? What were his attempts like? Just 9 attempts. Now, I think he had like 10 boards. 15 boards. He had 10 boards the game before. That's right. I like the 9+ over 8.5, whatever you want to call it, as a lay piece here. Actually, what's the double price? Plus 145 at ESPN. I kind of like the double for Chet here. Makes a lot of sense with the Turner under PRs too. Hold on a second. Let me turn this fan off. Don't want that coming back on. Shea assists under if he's not at point guard. We will look at the Shea assists under. I think the 6.5 is cashed in all, but maybe all but one. I know he had a donut on the board last game. Let me come back to Chet. I think I'm going to run the Chet double though. I think I'm going to run the Chet double at plus money. Early leans or Chet doubles at plus money. Hardenstein, I think we ran the PRs under last game and cashed 14.5. It's still just 13.5. Yeah, I'm probably running this bad boy again too. We ran this last game and cashed. Hardenstein under 13.5. 115 at Caesars. Pardon me. 110 at DK. We'll go to model projections and slot him for, I would say 22 would be aggressive. So let's go slot him for 22 and see where we come in. Hartenstein, 22 is what I had him at. I come in at 10.99. Yeah, we got to run that 13.5 under. Let me go see if this DK line on 110 is real. Let's go see if this DK underline is real. NBA Finals, Thunder, combos, PRs over under. It is right there. All right, I'm locking that in to win 1 unit as well. All right, let's go ahead and get that in the banner as well. Let's put in Hardenstein. Save Scholastic bottom. Let's keep moving. All right, we're on to Shea. I believe he had 34. No, that's point PRs. 35. Okay, 35 points last game, 3 rebounds, 0 assists. I think he had 1 3. Yeah, under his threes. This threes line might be decent too. He's not. He himself has not been very efficient. A lot of his threes are off the dribble though. Especially versus Miles Turner on the drop. I'll go to the model for this one because I don't have any overwhelming thoughts. Shea, 31.76 on the model. That's 38 minutes. He ran, I think 40 is better. Let's slot him for 40 minutes, see where we come in at. Okay, now I'm at like 32 and a half, 3.78 assists too. What's the line at? 6.5 minus 150. Is this what we just, maybe we take Chet's rebounds straight and lay these two together? Because I do like Shea's assists, model like Shea's assists. Wow, that's wildin'. Let me check something. Everything so far is in the banner right here. Everything I've ran so far is down here in the banner. So Shea's assists. Let's hold that because we have the 30% SGP boost on FanDuel. That'll be a leg. I like the Shea under 6.5 assists without a doubt. Let's talk about Hallie real quick. We'll go to the model for Halliburton. All right, Tyrese Halliburton, 15.05 points. So leaning under there, 6.63 assists. Leaning under there. Rebounds are at 4.5. I am at 4.5. I do lean under the PAs. Leaning under PAs. Don't really want to run it, though. Don't really want to run it. What's his attempts been like? 3-point attempts, yeah, 7 and 8 in every game. Volumes there, his guys just aren't hitting the shots. I'd probably, even though the model leans under here, I'm probably staying away Hallie's PAs. Minutes 37 is probably fair. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. All right. Disregard the 15. I had his minutes all fucked up. I'm at about 18 and 8, which makes more sense, closer to market. Going to leave this alone. Glad I caught that. I might actually lean over with the minutes adjustment on his rebounds. 5.4, nothing there. All right, I'm going to leave Hallie alone. I'm going to leave Hallie alone. Now that I relook at the model, though, this points over. It's juicy. I'm afraid to back it. So I'm going to just say I have nothing on Halliburton in this one. McConnell, I think he's given him great minutes. I don't want to run anything specifically on him. Points might be a decent look here at 7.5. Minutes seem to be tight around 15 to 18. Field goal attempts seem to be tight, 6, 7, 8. So I would lean over if you made me play it, but I do have a thought. I seriously want to just take both Obi and Benny to score 15. One of them scoring 15 tonight. And you're either laying a plus 430 or you're laying a plus 320. I mean, I don't know which one it's going to be, but one of these guys is having a big night. It always happens. What's Storage talking about? Nah. X in YouTube. Okay, so Benedict Mathurin, if he plays 20 minutes, which what did he play last night or last game? Listen, I know he missed 3 free throws in the last minute. We needed 10. He should have easily cashed 11. He's an 89% free throw shooter. I can't believe he sold the bag last game. And he was on super short minutes. This is what worries me about Benny and Obi. And I listen, I have praised Carlisle. I think Carlisle's done a phenomenal job. That being said, Mathurin needs more minutes on a nightly basis. Mathurin is a top young talent in this league. Nemhard over 10.5. We will look at it. Let's finish up with Ben Obi first. I just had to get off of my little bitching spree here. Obi's look great though. It's going to be one of the two. One of the two are giving you 15 tonight. That's without a doubt. Pascal, we already ran it. Williams, yeah, right. Naismith over 10.5. Under in 3 of the 4 this series, carrying a large defensive responsibility. Attempts really haven't been bad. I think if you made me take a Naismith, did you say Naismith or Nemhard? Nemhard, my apologies. Naismith, I would stay away from Naismith's points, lean under, but threes would be the tricky, sneaky one. He could go 3 for 6 and smack this at plus 185. Honestly, the 2+ would probably be a good lay piece. At that price, I honestly think that might be a good lay piece by itself. You said Nemhard, though, not Naismith, so we keep it moving. Someone did request Lou Dort's threes. I think he had 2 last game, 5 the game before, 4 the game before, 1 and 4. Okay. I remember last game thinking too, he was not taking the open ones. Pardon me, just 2 attempts last game. He has been kind of hit or miss this series where like he's either chucking or not shooting them at all. Lou Dort, I would agree. Like if I'm playing Dort, I'm taking a flyer. Expecting a high value game and like laying this 2-1 or 5.5 to 1. I'm not laying the minus 159 on Lou. But I'm not going to lay anything straight. I'm going to keep it moving. The 2+3s may be a lay piece, but outside of that, nothing. Jalen Williams been like a question mark this series. 2, I would say, bad games to start, and then 2 good games the last 2 games, and I've harped on this. He's hitting tough shots in the last 2 games. Volume's up, and I mean, he's hitting tough shots. 44% last game, 50% the game before. Field goal attempts, 18 in each of the last 2. Last stream, we went back and watched some of these possessions, and you'll see he's just hitting tough buckets. I'm not going to fade him. I just think he's kind of like cementing himself with this series, and if he continues it up, really continues to play great as a number 2, I will say his values rise in my eye. You see here, he's just taking tough shots. He misses that one. You'll see, though, a lot of his buckets are not easy buckets, and this was very similar to game 3. To pick and roll, step back on the elbow, misses it, but I like the shot selection. That's what they've needed from him. And I think that's the difference in games 3 and 4 and games 1 and 2. This is a good bucket. That's a good bucket. Okay. We're going to go guard to guard here. They switched the guard to guards a lot, and he likes his matchup. And if you're OKC, you want Nemhard Nemhard on Shea. Here he's got Benedict Mathurin on him. It's still a good look. Is this the same play? Yeah, this is the same play. Gets his offensive rebound, I think, goes back up with it. There you go. Good bucket. See what they do here. ISO. Just too good. Here they go. Big to guard. They switch it. Just a tough bucket. This is it. Just a tough shot. Those are the shots he's hitting, though. And if you're OKC, you want him to continue to take those. Good cut there. You're gonna have to. If you're OKC, you need him to take those shots. I think we see a lot of those replicated. I'm absolutely not taking the under here. Yeah, I'm absolutely not taking anything. I don't want to take the over though, just because they. Oh shit! Not what I meant to do. Let me bring the screen back up. Share screen. All right, back in business. Let me see J-Dub's assists last game. Just 3. Wow. Shea had 0. J-Dub had 3. I almost can't believe they won that game. I'm going to stay away from Jalen Williams, but I'll tell you what the model came in at. 22.93, 388 assists, 564. So 564, 388. Definitely lean under here. Actually, yeah, I do like the 5.5 under here. Let's hold on to this as a lay piece. And we might be done, actually. All right, let's go to our FanDuel leg. We're going to make an SGP and then call it, I believe. The thing is, do we get cocky and go for the full sweep, or do we just stay conservative here? All right, let's get into FanDuel. Over in every away game. Interesting. Over in every away game. You're right. That would probably be like a ladder up possibility there. Let's go to the assist because I'm leaning under Shea and J-Dub. Player assist, Shea under 6.5, J-Dub under 5.5. That gets us at plus 170. They do have Hartenstein all unders. I'm gonna go the under 18.5 PRAs for Hart. Hold on, let's go make sure. Yeah, absolutely. Under 18.5 PRAs for Hartenstein in that lay. That's 3 legs at plus 263 with the boost. Was there anything else? I don't want to take Nembhard. If anything, I would take that in a ladder up. Turner, I lean under the PRs, but I'm a little less confident than Hartenstein. I don't want to add that. I like Shea to get like 30. I don't know that I want to add it, though. Rick Carlisle's made some great adjustments. I'd be afraid to add that. Yeah, I would be. Hallie to get 15. I mean, I think I'd like that a lot. I think only does – hold on a second. Points and rebounds, rebounds and assists, points and rebounds, points and assists. Tyrese Halliburton, 20-plus PAs as well. That's a 4-legger at plus 351. With the boost, it's plus 457. Shea under 6.5, J-Dub under 5.5. Those are both just juice straight lines, and then bought up and bought down a little bit on Hart and Hallie. Let's run that. Cool. All right, that's everything. I'm going to call it there. I'll go over the parlay real quick and just to give you guys the full recap. If you're watching on Twitter, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Drop a like, drop a retweet, man. Make sure you're giving me a follow. Help me grow the brand. Help me go to page. All right, full recap here. Appreciate you, Cleveland picks. Pascal Siakam, over 18.5 points. Lock that in, minus 125 to win 1 unit. Miles Turner, under 19.5 points and rebounds. Lock that in, minus 118 at MGM. Also to win 1 unit. Isaiah Hartenstein, under 13.5 points and rebound, minus 110 at DraftKings. Lock that in to win 1 unit. Also have a 0.1 unit parlay just because that's the most I could get with the limits at FanDuel. Shea under 6.5 assists. Jalen Williams under 5.5 assists. Isaiah Hartenstein under 18.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Tyrese Halliburton over 19.5 PAs. That's all I have for today, man. Best of luck today. I'm not sure when we'll do a show again. Oh, hold on a second. Why can't I do this? There we go. We will have a show tomorrow. Huge WNBA slate. 6 games, which is huge for the W, considering there's only 13 teams. That's everybody but one team playing. So we will be back tomorrow at noon. Best of luck today. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, man, let's